Welcome to another episode of Cancer Called. How will you answer? On today's episode, I have invited my sister, Jenna,
Hello.
to join. She's going to be giving her perspective of being a sibling to someone that has been diagnosed with cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I usually say, Jenna, thank you for coming, but let's just jump right in because we're sisters.
Wait, but you don't want to thank me for coming?
I did just thank you for coming.
You did. You was like, well, I normally thank people for coming, but
Oh,
sister,
thank you for
so
coming.
like whatever. Like I don't need to be thanked. I don't understand. It's okay. I love
Siblings?
you. I love you too.
Okay.
I love you too.
I love you too.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's talk about when you first heard I had cancer,
Okay.
and what that did for you. Like, what was your first reaction? Did you have a reaction?
I did. I think my first reaction was shock. It was just straight shock. I was just like, what? Like it just didn't. I mean, because first of all, like, if people can't tell, I'm the older sister. Not by like a lot, but I am like the older sister.
Like a year.
Like a year. So it's not really older, but it is older, so I can tell her what to do, you know what I'm saying? Gotcha. So for you to be so young, first of all, to be diagnosed with cancer, I think that threw me for a loop. And I think the other thing when did you tell me? Do you remember month and year around what time you told me?
Well, I got diagnosed in October of 2020.
So.
But I think I told you before I posted my first video.
Yeah. I think so.
It would have been October.
It went in October.
I think it was like the same week, actually.
Yeah, possibly. So I think for you to tell me in October of 2020 and having my mother pass in May of 2020 was just...
It was May.
It was May.
That's too much.
It was May of 2020. So to deal and grieve and still be grieving the fact of my mother's passing in May of 2020.
Right.
And then to get a phone call very suddenly, very similar to how I got a phone call very suddenly to hear about my mother's passing. It was just all...
and your mother's passing, we have different mothers, just so you know.
Yeah, same father, different mother.
Yeah. Your mother's passing was, I almost said planned, but that's just for lack of a better word. It was not planned. She was not really ill. She has some health issues, but it was tragic.
It was tragic.
To say the least.
It was.
I know how close you were to your mother.
Mm-hmm.
I think I guess I'm just at a loss for words because given the fact that was so tragic for you, and then you had to deal with your sister being diagnosed with cancer the same year, like you said. Like the shock was like one thing, but did you think to yourself like, how am I going to get through this? Did you feel like you had to pull other resources? We also have another sister we share. Like what was your first step after you hung up with me? Were you upset? I guess that's what we're trying to look for because I haven't had a sibling on yet.
So you want all the nitty gritty emotional
the first one.
details.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you have two siblings besides me, huh?
Yeah.
So are you gonna have the other two on here? You think?
I don't know.
Okay, so we'll see. So I'm the first one. I guess
because you're bold. I would say we're the closest.
That's probably true. That's probably true. I think. I mean, to be honest, I think as soon as I hung up the phone with you, I think I honestly just prayed to God, and I was like, God, you can't take her. I was like, I can't. Like, I don't think I can function if they both go like so close together.
Yeah,
I was like, no. So I was like, you can't. I was just like, not that I really had a choice in that, of course, but I was just like, you can't, like, this can't. I think part of me was like, this can't be real. Like, she can't really be telling me that. But also, like, God, you can't actually take her. Like, no. Like, I'm still very fresh in the death of my mother. Like, I can't have another one back to back like that. It's just too much. So I was like, nope. I don't know. And then I think I was just worried because I was just like, well, what do I do? Because we don't live in the same state. So I live in New York and she lives in Arizona. So I think immediately... But I had just come back from being in Ohio because that's where my mother was when she passed. So I think part of my mind was just like, do I immediately go to Arizona? Like, do I try to figure out how to get there? Like, what is that process? Does she need me? What does she need? I don't like.
And COVID.
and COVID.
On top of that,
It's 2020.
not that you had COVID.
I didn't have COVID, but
traveling
COVID
during
was happening.
COVID,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, even just trying to travel for my mother's funeral and all of that other stuff, which all of that is an amazing work of God. But still, I just didn't know if I had it in me to do all of that again.
Right.
To travel through COVID again to get to you. So
Yeah.
So it's just a lot
I guess
of
I'm just
altogether.
like, again, I'm just at a loss for words because I haven't experienced a sibling.
Mhm.
You know, I've had close friends
Yeah.
that have had cancer. Being so far apart from a sibling,
Mhm.
I think was a struggle for me. I mean, I have my husband, which you all hear me talk about a
Yeah.
lot, and he'll be on to close out the year. But I think it would have been nice to have a sibling that lived in the same city,
Yeah, absolutely.
even if it was, you know, my brother,
Yeah.
you know, or our other sister. But I still felt the support from
Oh, I hope
afar,
so.
you know, because you were checking in.
Mhm.
You know, I think we FaceTimed a couple times,
I
maybe
think we
once or
did.
twice.
Yeah.
But you definitely were checking in and through all those surgeries. What do you think though, like as a sibling, having to hear me tell you all the sickness, like, and the side effects, and when you would call me, it's like, oh, hold on, I have to go to the bathroom, or I'm cold, or I'm hot,
Mhm.
or I don't feel well, or
Mhm.
there might even been a couple times, you know, Abdullah had to take some calls for me because I was just so weak. How does a sibling deal with that when you feel like you can't help your
Yeah, and you
sister
can't
from
physically
afar,
be there. I think it's kind of this double-edged sword, I think, for me in an interesting way. So I think on one hand I was sad. I was like, I want to be there. Like I feel like that's why I tried to check in and call in
right?
as often as I did, because I was like, I do want to know. I do want to make sure you're okay. I don't know what's going on. It's this, but it also, I think, again, because I was still dealing with the grief of my mother,
Mm-hmm.
there was also, I don't want to say helpful, but I guess helpful buffer that I
Yeah.
wasn't sitting and looking at it every day. Like
Yeah.
I would have, of course, if I was here.
Right.
But I think there was a grace in not seeing it
All day,
all day,
every
every day,
day.
or every
Yeah.
week or whatever. Because I think that would have I think that probably would have overwhelmed me
I can
more
see that.
to see you actually, to see you, like, because I remember us talking and you were like, my hair is starting to fall out. I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna go and just
Cut
cut
it
it all
off.
off. And I was just like, are you sure? Like, part of me wanted to be like, are you sure? Do you think it's time? Like, maybe
Yeah,
you should
you
wait.
did, yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. You're like, no, I feel like it's gonna be a good thing to just do it
Just
and
do
be
it.
done. And I was like, okay. So I think that was also interesting because I was like, we're having these very intimate conversations,
Right.
but I'm not like right here to be like, can you see it in my eyes?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, sis, if you're
If
ready
you want to
just
do
break
that,
it
yeah.
off.
And you were
Yeah.
just like, no, yeah, I got it. Like, it's fine and blah, blah, blah. And I just had to be like, okay.
Yeah.
I pray it goes well. Let me know how it goes, all that kind of stuff. But I think the other thing that was really interesting and I think good for me is like when you created the Facebook group,
Yeah. The support.
the
group.
support group,
Yeah.
and just to see the flood of people,
It was amazing.
just
sis.
like all
Oh my
hands
God.
on deck, like completely jumping in, like more than just so far and beyond even what I would, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I've been in different groups or settings where people saying, we need this, and somebody will come through or do
Right.
small things. But I think your community, just to see the fact that you had such a present, active, loving, supportive community, I think just made me as a sister like take
Like
a
chill
breath
out
a little bit,
yeah.
because I was like, oh, she's not alone in it.
Shout out to my community.
Like, shout out to like y'all who are
Y'all
watching.
hear that? She like seriously
and,
gave y'all kudos.
Like, it's true. Like,
Yeah.
even when there were moments when I, like, for real, like, even when there was moments when I was like, oh man, I should call her, or man, I should check on her, or man, I should do something, I would see a post on Facebook and she would like, this person sent me this gift, or this person came and treated me to this, or this person
Right.
like blah blah.
Yep.
It was always something, and I felt like that just gave me such peace to be like,
she's
like
okay.
she's
yeah.
okay, like
Yeah.
she's not alone, like somebody is with her, like somebody is checking, like I know I want to check on you 24/7, but there's that beauty in being like, I don't have to carry that all by
by
myself.
yourself. That
Like
makes
there's other
sense.
people there to help to carry all that. So I think that was just like,
I like how you explain that because I think I know this is why I wanted a sibling to be on as well because there's many viewers.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think we're getting more viewers every video that we do, and yeah, don't forget to share. There's siblings out there that are going through the exact same thing,
Yeah.
and so to hear a perspective of how you dealt with that, and that was with someone that had a strong community.
Yeah.
Imagine someone
That
that's out there and maybe it's
yeah.
only two siblings.
Yeah, that would be.
And the parents may not be with them.
Or
There's no
whatever.
like extended family.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that would have felt
It
like
would've
if it was
been-
like the
Yeah.
two of us in our 60s or something?
Yeah.
Most of the people didn't pass. I didn't have Abdullah.
Right.
Can you imagine?
It'd have been
You
so
would have
much-
probably took a lot of that on.
I
'cause
probably
you're my
would've.
sister.
I probably would have. Yeah.
I'd
have
do the
been,
same
or
for
at least,
you.
if nothing else, completely freaking out. Like one or the
Yeah,
other.
like
Either taking it on or completely feeling overwhelmed and freaking out and whatever. So, but yeah, so I'm eternally grateful for the community that you have. I'm totally grateful for the friends that you've made
I
and
am
people
too.
who truly have stepped in and filled in gaps. And because I feel like also there were times, to be honest, like we just gonna be real honest on this show.
That's
'cause
what we
just
do.
What we do. But there was many times when I was just like, I'm not being a good enough sibling. Like I've thought that in my mind, like, oh Jenna, you needed to and you should have and blah 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 blah
Yeah.
because I wasn't here. Like I wasn't here when I remember when your family came out, I think for your very first surgery.
Yeah.
And they all
mastectomy.
flew out and they all were here and I was just like, man, maybe I should be there. And I was just like, but I also was like, Jenna, I also just had to be honest with myself. Like, do I have the emotional capacity to be there
That's fair.
in a way that would be helpful and not just like, because I feel like even in our conversations, there were moments when you would be like, how are you doing? Like, I know this is a lot for
checking
you.
on you.
Like,
Yeah.
how are you feeling? Like, and I had to be like, I'm okay, but I also was just like, I don't want her to check in on me. She's the one that has cancer and sick, and so it was just all.
But
all
I think that's
together.
a testament to what being siblings is all about.
Yeah.
And even though I was going through that, I had to make sure you are okay because I was also in the situation where when your mother passed, I couldn't just jump a plane, the COVID.
Yeah.
And then I sure couldn't be catching planes where I wasn't supposed to.
Right.
Because I had no immune system. But I did hold out until this year, until they kind of said, okay, the chemo's done.
Right.
You can fly. But back to your point, I think that's just a testament to who we are as sisters.
Yeah.
And how much we love each other. And I'm just proud to call you my sister because I was able to have that support.
Yeah.
There's a difference between having a brother and a sister. I mean, brothers are good and everything, but then when you have a sister, the female can understand better on some of the things that you're going through.
Thing.
Like, let's talk about, and I have to get my water here. Give me just a second, but let's talk about the fact of when I told you I was in menopause.
Yeah.
What was your thought of that? Were you like, lucky?
No.
You know what?
I did not think you were lucky to be in menopause.
What was your first thought?
I was like, how the hell that happen? Like, what do you mean? Like, what's going on? Like, I was like, is that the cancer primarily? And you're like, no, that's like all the medications and all this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, girl, this is just doing a doozy on your whole body. I'm like, how are you feeling? You know what I mean? Like,
crazy because it is estrogen stuff.
Exactly.
And I guess they took the hormones away. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sweating, but y'all know about these hot flashes, honey.
They real. I've been
You know about these hot flashes. And
days.
you can probably hear in my voice that I'm sick. So I apologize for that. But that shows you my dedication on making sure this video is happening. So hopefully you all can hear us pretty well.
Yes.
But yeah, the menopause. So I'll be 40.
Yes.
And you just turned 40.
I just turned 40.
She gonna kill me for sharing that.
Yeah,
but we did kind of say
am.
we was a year apart, so y'all already know.
So,
Point being is
Jesus. But black don't crack. Hello.
But like, you're not in menopause.
I'm not in menopause now.
Are you scared of it?
I don't know if scared is the right word.
Are you scared of it when you see me with these hot flashes?
I'm not scared of it in that regard. I mean, I feel like it's gonna be weird when it finally happens. I think it's more. I don't know. I feel like once I hit 40, like I'm saying this like I'm now like 65 or something.
Yeah.
But once I hit 40, there's a sense of like transitions that happen, and I felt like it would have happened or kind of happened when I hit 30.
Yeah.
But I think it felt deeper when I hit 40.
40. Yeah.
In a sense of like, life is changing. Like, you are changing. Like,
That's the
your
truth.
body will change.
Yeah.
Like, as much as you try to stave off the changes of
Right.
whatever, like, this thing is
It's gonna happen.
It's going to happen. It's kind of inevitable. So
Like
you can
cancer.
either try to fight it and be like, oh, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Like, menopause is, as long as I'm going to be alive long enough for to the age of, you know what I mean?
To
Like,
get to it,
to get to it, it's
then
going to happen.
Okay. Yeah.
So I feel like it's a sense of like learning how to accept that, and then just be like, I'm gonna just live and do whatever until that happens, and then when it happens, okay, that's when it happens.
You know what?
Yeah.
Since you said that, that kind of leads me into my next thought is how you said, you know, if I make it that far, then I'm going to just deal with it because it's going to happen.
Right.
That's kind of how I felt with cancer.
Mm.
Is I had to make up my mind, and that's why I'm bringing this to the viewers right now. You know, you have the cancer. You don't get to return it like you're at the grocery store and it was a bad piece of fruit. Yeah, like you have it. What are you gonna do? That's why I say, how will you answer? And I had to get to that mindset of where I'm just like, I gotta attack it.
Yeah.
Everybody can't do that, I know.
Right.
Everybody can't just be like boom, 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 boom. A, B, C, D, bucket, 1, 2, 3. Like, that's how I am.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I wasn't ever feeling weak
Right.
or defeated.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because now that you said this, because it goes back to the first question that you asked me about like, how did I feel when you told me over the phone, like, I got cancer, blah, blah, blah. How did you feel making that phone call? Or the phone call that maybe you had to make to your mom? Or how did you feel when you put together the Facebook group, when you first had to share with everyone, like, I have cancer? Like, what was going through your mind when you were doing those things?
I would say, to start off, my mother found out pretty quickly the same day.
Okay.
And my aunt, actually, or my aunt, I used to say aunt, contacted her to kind of soften the blow.
So your aunt knew before your mom did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think I called my mom and she didn't pick up.
The phone. Mm-hmm.
And so I had to go and I got her on FaceTime. To tell my mom, if I didn't have my aunt there, it would have been way too hard. So again, this is why we do these shows. We can't be there or do the show. We can't be there with the individuals, all the individuals that are watching, but we try to show you that there's ways to power through it, even if you don't have all the support, right? We try to inspire. But having my aunt there, we both were like a wreck and crying. And my first question was, am I going to die? To your point of having to make the phone calls, I just sat down and made up my mind. Who needs to know and who needs to know right now?
Yeah.
Right? And then after I contacted those individuals, I made the Facebook support group page. Because nowadays, a lot of people are finding out about things through Facebook. Instead of picking up the phone and calling your sibling or, you know, your mother, this person passed and whatnot. But specifically for you, Jenna, when I had to call you, that was tough for me because you just lost your mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now I gotta call and say, your sister's sick? Like, that was tough. I mean, I knew I had to do it. I didn't want to keep it from you, but it was really, really
Yeah.
really tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I know. I battled with it.
Battle with telling me?
Yeah.
Really?
Initially, right out the gate,
Okay.
I knew I had to do it before the Facebook page,
Okay.
but I didn't call you the first day
Okay. Got you.
because I was like, how do I deliver that to someone that just lost her mother? And I feel that your mother was your best friend.
We were super
Um,
close, yeah.
I think I'm your best friend in some ways because I'm your sibling and we're just close sisters. But I know how close your mother was or how close you and your mother were. Excuse me. And so then to have to bring you more bad news is like,
Yeah.
man, that was tough.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I think I even said sorry
I think you did say
when
sorry.
I called. I was like, sorry,
Yeah.
sis.
Like, and I was just like,
But I have
How
to tell
would
you,
we-
I guess.
how are we apologize? Why are we apologizing
Yeah.
for telling me this? But I think, I don't know, and I think that also was a testament to our relationship because you could have not. You could have been like, either one is too much. I'm not gonna tell her. Or
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who have siblings and don't. They
Yeah.
are not the first on the list to be like, I'm gonna tell them that
Yeah.
that this has happened
Yeah.
or that I have this. You know, so I do. I'm glad you told me. I'm glad I
I'm
didn't
glad I am
see. I'm glad I didn't see it like on Facebook or something.
Because that
After
would
the
have just
fact,
been shady.
I'd have been like,
No tea, no shade.
wait.
Yeah.
I think I would have called you and been like, I see this thing on Facebook. Is this right? Or is this the right person?
If I was
Am
you, I'd have
crazy?
been mad.
I mean,
Like if I would have done something like that, or something happens to you, Jenna, and you don't call and tell me, and I have to find out through someone else, it ain't gonna sit well with me.
okay.
So we just put that
Good
out
to
there,
know.
so now she knows.
Put that in my back pocket.
I don't do well with that.
So,
We do this all the
Gotcha.
time. We laugh, and you know today is Thanksgiving
It
that
is.
we're recording this, and my sister flew all the way from New York to spend Thanksgiving with me, and I hadn't seen her for 2 years.
yeah, I guess so.
A little over 2 years actually. So this is really special for me. I would love to share the gift that you're giving me. You tell me if I can share it or not, or if it's like,
It's a secret. We can't share that, okay? Sometimes you gotta leave a little mystery, okay?
but I'm excited.
I know you're excited, and I appreciate that.
It's really good though.
It's a really good gift.
It's really
I'm
good.
sure you guys will hear about it in a future episode. Don't you worry. It won't
It's
be
really
under
nice.
wraps forever.
And it's not a baby.
No. No.
'Cause
I don't
they
know
know-
how we got there, but
Because
no.
they know how much I want. They know how much I wanted children.
No. My
It's
womb
not a
does
baby.
not have, no, not right now.
We ain't doing that.
And we're not doing
Okay,
that right now.
well,
I
she
mean,
said
in
I
the
can't
future,
share. But okay,
God
well,
willing,
but it's
I will
coming
have a
though.
child.
It's
a
coming.
husband first and then child.
Yeah.
Also, you know, men out there call me, I'm single. Anyway, sorry. I mean, you listen. You gotta shoot your shot.
Okay,
throw it
seriously,
out
though?
there. Do what you do, and it is what it is.
This is what
Yes, go ahead.
helps you beat cancer. Family,
Yes,
love,
yes,
laughs.
yes.
I should do
Absolutely.
something on the shirt. Family, love, laugh. I don't know.
Something like that.
But it really helps you beat cancer.
It's true.
To be around the people that you love. And if you don't have someone that you love, watching shows like this, researching things, support groups and things like that. So
Yeah.
speaking of, I do want to share that.
Yes.
So I'm looking to start a support group. Did I tell you that?
No, this is exciting.
I'm gonna start.
Breaking news. See, this is. Do you see what
It's
just
what we talk
happened
about
here?
so
Do you
much.
see what just happened? She was like, "You can't have nothing happen to you, and then you don't tell me." And now she got a whole support group happening, and I'm just not hearing about this.
Because
I thought I
I
was the sister.
But I tell
I
my
thought I
sister
was
stuff
the
all the
sister.
time. I think I've been talking the
Viewers,
entire
you
time
let
you've
me
been
know.
here.
Viewers, you let me know how I should feel about this. Leave it in the comments. Let me know how
Yeah.
I should feel. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
I think you're gonna be a star anyway. But I'm definitely gonna start a support group.
Yes, that's exciting.
I guess I'll probably try to use Meetup,
Okay.
and I'm gonna move it around to different parts of the valley here in Arizona,
Okay.
so that different people can attend. Because some people can't get to a Scottsdale or
True.
Central Phoenix or Mesa. I'm just naming surrounding areas. So
It all feels
I'm
really
really
close and far to
it
me at the
does.
same time. But go ahead.
I'm really excited about it because I want people to come together, kind of like we do on the show, and talk about things that they're going through, and maybe get some feedback from others that have
That's
gone
beautiful.
through that. I'm also going to do an episode. Maybe you can help me with that.
Sure.
Well, not an episode, but research.
Always put me to work. Yes, go ahead.
I mean, because it's free.
For now.
She said for now. I pay you in love.
I mean, but love don't pay these bills, though. Isn't that a song somewhere, somebody?
Yeah.
Love don't pay these bills. They really don't.
But
I mean, I do love you, but it really
it don't pay the bills.
It really don't.
I'll slide you something.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate it. Cash at me.
But I think I want to do where I research resources
Uh-huh.
and I do an episode, an
Yes,
actual
that would be
episode
amazing,
on that
actually.
to talk
That would
about
be really, really good.
where you can find support groups.
Yes. Where you can find other resources.
Yeah, resources. The nurse navigator, which you'll see on a
Yes.
different episode.
Or even how people find doctors or
They
best
have these-
hospitals.
Yeah.
Or any of those things.
And they have these like boxes you get.
Oh yes, the boxes.
They're like
that you told me
a
about.
hope box or something like that, and that's something that Cancer Called is going to do as well. So, the good thing about having a sister is I run a lot of stuff by her, and I get her feedback. And I've already started since she's been here, and I can't wait till January because there's so much stuff coming, and my eyes disappear when I smile. Did you know that?
I did know that. It's been that way since you were a little baby. Like I feel like there's a picture of you and me and our other sister, like very, very young, and you're smiling, and literally it was
Eyes
like
gone.
there's no eyes.
I think it's the cheeks. That's one thing cancer didn't take away.
Your cheeks.
My cheeks.
That's a beautiful thing.
It
I'm glad
is.
that they're still there.
Well, sis,
Yes. Is this? Wait, are you shutting down the episode?
it's almost done.
Is it over?
What do you want to talk about?
We just got here. Friends.
But that's
we
how-
were bonding. You're here. I'm here. She's here. We're all here.
Yeah.
I don't understand why she doesn't want me to spend more time with you all.
Because you have to do another episode.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then that's true.
And we get more viewers when we don't do hour-long episodes.
I mean, it ain't been an hour.
No.
It
but-
hasn't been. But okay, I understand. Listen, you got to give people a little taste. This is little taste. So
Little
if you
taste.
want more of this, especially more of me, you know what I mean? This is just- please,
I
just
love
let
you,
us
sis.
know. Let us know so that we can do another episode of this, and I can come back and share more things about.
Yeah, maybe you'll do the episode with the resources.
Sure, I would love to.
Because my sister's a writer.
I am a writer by trade. I am a writer. I'm also a producer. I do a lot of artistic things. I'm a chef. I mean, I'm not classically trained chef,
But
I
you
do know
can
how to
cook.
I do know how to cook.
And she was giving lessons.
I did do cooking lessons like way back in the day, but I don't.
You know what you should
that
do,
now.
sis?
What?
Cook for cancer. Boom! And just like that, I had another idea.
I don't know if you all know this about her,
Cook for cancer.
but you should know this about her. She has like her brain, you could say one thing. You could be like, I saw a leaf yesterday. She'd be like, you know what? Leafs be doing something, and we gonna put the leaves together on a thing, and it's gonna be in a box. It's gonna be beautiful. That's what we gonna do with the leaves. That's what it is. Boom idea. I'm just like,
I can't help myself.
what is this? What brainstorms, brain tsunamis is what happens when I'm around.
And it got worse
All
after
the
after I
ideas.
got cancer.
All the ideas. Did it get worse or did it get better in the sense of like even more wonderful ideas?
I think
Let's
worse in the sense that I
positively-
can't turn my head off,
Oh, you
but
have said this
better
many
because
times.
I'm looking for so many ways to help others.
Yes.
Definitely since I've had cancer.
Yes.
So, oops.
That is a thing that I've heard her say many, many times, is the fact that she always says, like, I don't want to say that I'm glad I got cancer, but I'm kind of glad I got cancer.
Yeah.
Because it's giving me purpose, it's giving me focus,
Yes.
it's giving me attention, it's giving me a way and a bigger outlet in which to help people. As if you all don't know, she's such a giver. She wants to help people. She loves to be able to serve others, and I mean that's just kind of who she is. It's like ingrained in her.
It's
a
because
part
I
of
have
her
all that
DNA.
love to give.
That's
you know,
true, too.
if I would have had a child of my own, oh
Right.
goodness, it probably would have ran away from me like Elmira from Tiny Toons. Was that Tiny Toons?
That was a good throwback.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she's like, I love you forever and ever, my little fluffy, woofy, woofy.
Yes.
You know, and
And then
then
smothered
it
to
runs
death.
away.
Yes, because it was too much.
Let's see if we can get Lola to be in the video. Lola, come to Mama. She's going to be in the video.
Yes.
Okay, so before we say goodbye,
Yes.
Lola
is here.
wants to make sure that you all follow us
Yes.
at cancer_called on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
Yes.
Yes.
And if you like this video, please hit the like button. Please like, share, and subscribe. And leave a comment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I haven't had a lot of comments.
She be reading your comments. We want more comments. You know what I'm saying? So
Lola
leave us
doesn't
a
look
comment.
interested.
Listen, Lola always be looking like that.
Mama
That's
loves
just
you.
kinda-
Don't do that.
That's kind of how she rolls. But
Lola, where else do you want them to visit us? Cancercall.com.
yes, on
Yes.
the website. And if you're on the website, there is actual merch that you can purchase.
Yep.
T-shirts and hats and I think bags. And there's going to be some
Bags
other
are
stuff.
coming, yeah.
Bags are coming.
So keep your eyes open.
So definitely that. And everything that is purchased, a part of that goes to helping other people get the resources and the support they need as they
It does.
go through the fight of
Do y'all
cancer.
see why I love my sister? She wants to help me help you.
Help us help you.
I love you, sis.
I love you too.
Is there any other advice that you want to give to siblings out there that might be dealing with a sibling with cancer?
I think also know that it's okay for you to need support too. I think it's a good thing to know.
I agree.
That you don't have to be super sibling and come
Yeah.
in and rescue and save the day, but as long as you're there in whatever capacity you can be, I think that is a gift to the person. I hope I've been a gift and a help to
You're
you,
always been a
even
gift.
though
Look at all the stuff
it's
you
been
just done.
far away. But
we're getting ready. We're getting ready for 2022. This is going to be legit.
it's
All
gonna
these
be all right.
ideas we got to make come to fruition.
y'all pray for me. Pray for me.
I'm about to go find something for her to do right now.
I know, like I'm just like she was just like, do this one video. Out of this one video, we'll spring
Yeah, I got like 6
15
other things
other
you got to do
things,
before
and I'm
you
just
leave.
like, friends,
Lola's like
I'm
over
supposed
it.
to be on vacation. Y'all
Nah.
see what's happening?
You're never
I'm
on
supposed to
vacation
be
when
on
you're with
vac-
me.
Correct.
I love you, sis.
I love you too.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Hugs. Say bye, Lola.
Say bye, Lola.
See you next time.
Bye.